I'm a graphic designer. It still feels right to say.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't understand what you are doing. No, are you blushing with these two boys that are here? These two handsome men. I don't understand what's going
I
on.
am. I am. Everybody is just looking hot and fine.
We
Yeah.
need to see you. We need to see your face.
Don't worry. I'm trying to set my profile picture so my picture would reflect.
Hmm.
Yes.
Your
Okay.
picture is not your face. So your picture is just a
No,
static
it's
image. It's
still
not your
me.
face.
Don't worry. I didn't use AI. I didn't use AI to enhance the picture. It's still me. Okay, so
Okay.
I am a graphic designer. Um, I think I learned graphics design through YouTube. Yeah. Mr. Ulu is actually going to be the first person I actually paid to learn from. So I started my career in 2021. I didn't really start earning from graphics design until 2023 when I started. And yeah, so far it's been good. I didn't know there was money in graphics design until much later. Yeah.
So
So
you
far I think yes, the session actually did my one-on-one mentorship session actually did open my eyes because like I said, I didn't have like a conventional study of graphics design. So everything I knew was from YouTube, what people posted online, and going on Pinterest to copy and paste designs. Yeah. But then the session was really an eye opener. So I don't know, is
okay,
there more?
that's
Is there more you want to know?
if you have more, you can give us more. But if there is no more, that's fine. I believe we're still going to share more later on. And thank you,
Okay.
Cynthia, for sharing with us. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Now you have tested the money in graphic design. Do you think you want to retire? Are you retiring anytime soon, or you
No,
want to
not
keep?
anytime soon.
Okay, that's good. So, Richard, over to you. You are our next. You're the second alumni, or should I put it that way? So,
Yeah. Good morning. I am Richard Tambaeli. I'm a Sierra Leonean, staying in Sierra Leone. I started my graphic design journey back in 2021. I started with smartphone until 2024, around August, like that. Then I moved from smartphone to computer, designing on computer with computer softwares, like through this period. And through this period, I've often moved from graphic design to web design as well, social media management, digital marketing, and other things. I'm presently working with a health organization as the graphic designer, whilst I do my freelancing uh, on the side.
okay, thank you so much, Richard, for sharing with us. I really
So
appreciate that.
basically, that's about.
Okay, thank you so very much for that. Richard is, I would say, Richard is one of those students I would say I've known for a very long time. I think I've known him for a very long. I mean, when I mean long, I mean maybe you say since that 2021 thereabout around that period. That was me and Richard first got me in contact with each
Yeah,
other. So it's been a while. So over to you, thank God, or Samad, yeah, Alpha, our last born.
Oh, well, okay. Well, meet me. I'm Samadui Laki. Uh, I'm a graphic designer. I got to actually learn graphic design last 2 years. I had passion for it during my secondary school days. Register for smart home course, learn Bezel Lab, just learn anything, try to replicate any design I come across. So after I finished my secondary school, I decided to, let's learn graphic design. So I registered for a course at a physical store. What they call it,
Cyber cafe, all those things, all those
cyber
open,
cafe, exactly.
open
So
places.
I went to register there. I learned graphic design, but the graphic design there was not even. graphic design. It was just deliver fast. But there I also learned some things like time management, designing under pressure, and all of those stuff. So after some while, I decided to learn new things. That's when I got to know about Mr. Ulu, because I had already registered for his course before. So I registered for his course. I had different problems, like about 4 problems. We had to go on a call, and we solved all of that after the mentorship. We solved all of that, and after the mentorship has really impacted me in ways I can't even explain. But for the ones I can put in words, I would say the mentorship made me understand that I was overcomplicating things that were actually normal, that were within my reach. I was like overcomplicating it, that is until I can get to this stage that I can do this. And also it's made me understand I could do more. I could do more even with what I had. So I don't know, Shabo, the mentorship has really impacted me. Yeah.
Thank you, Samad. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, I've always tried to see myself as the bridge between where you are and where you are heading to. But before I move ahead, Richard, you raised up your hand. You said you want to say something and you have a question to ask. I think Richard is having a bit of a network issue. Let me just go ahead. So I've always seen myself as that bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You know, I try my best to, Richard, are you back with us? You seem to be having a network issue.
Sorry, yes, I actually connected on my phone and call keeps coming on. So so Samad mentioned that he started graphic design because he's actually passionate about it. As my own story is different. No, me, it was not passion. So what I was on university, it was for the money. Wow.
I think I would say for the money actually came later. The decision to like make money came later. But as I mentioned, I started learning graphic design in my secondary school days. You know, trying to like explore, not just sit down, just trying to do something active on my phone. So that was why I mentioned passion, because that time I was passionate about it. When I went to that cyber cafe, that by that time I was already having money at the back of my mind that okay, I need to make money from it. But back then in my secondary school, I was passionate about it.
I understand my own story now.
Right.
So whilst I was in university, I needed something doing to make money and support myself, because basically I was sponsoring myself in university. I was running commercial motorbikes, so I needed to step up from the motorbike and come to something that would make money. I started with video editing and it wasn't working. So I said, let me try graphic design. And I jumped into graphic design. It was for the money, nothing like passion, money. So, but at this point, it's actually more than the money now. I feel like this is something I want to push in as a career, as a path I want to go in now, because over the years, a lot of opportunities, a lot of people I've met, both online and offline, through graphic design. Sometimes I do wonder if I will actually, I will have met these people through the course I read in university. I'm actually not practicing anything that I read in university. Everything I do right now is graphic, web, and everything. It wasn't for the
multi-potential graphic designer, disciplinary designer.
But I also feel like you're passionate about it, because for you to like create something defining. Like sometimes when I just go through Mr. Olu's WhatsApp status, I know he's passionate about it. Mr. Ulu is a businessman, he's a creative enthusiast, but he's also passionate about it. So the passion is just like the foundation that will make everything become better.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
That's
the passion, the way I see the passion makes you not to give up easily. If it's by the money, trust me, you don't make the money all the time. Some days will be bad. Even if you're working a 9 to 5, your salary might be delayed. You get myself, your salary might be delayed. You won't have clients all the time. But you see, passion, Passion is what will make you want to keep going. Passion is something that I want to make you keep doing it, regardless of whatever roadblock you get to face or you get to meet later on. And I think passion also is what makes us to wake up every day and be like, regardless of even with the fear of AI and everything, passion is still what is making us have coconut head and not wanting to give up. So I think that passion is what is that glue. Passion is like the super glue that glues everything together and makes us to understand that, okay, even if you want to give up, you just can't give up. And even when the money isn't coming, well, you still see us sometimes. Me, I do business, so I'm into other things. So I teach, although it's still around graphic design, but I teach people physically. By God's grace, I'll be having about 4 new students I'll be coming to learn graphic design physically by next year. And that is also another means of income. So that in case money no come out from freelancing or from design agency, money goes to come outside from that part. And I see do other things. You know, I'm 2026, I'm venturing, I'm planning on venturing into so many other things to help myself to really go up. I'm investing into stocks for companies. I bought MTN stock, I bought I think there's one other company. I even bought Google stock, I bought some pharmaceutical stock, those kind of things. So at least let the money be there working for me and just generating some little extra change for me and the rest of it. So yeah, passion is what glues everything together and makes you want to keep, delivering your best as you go on. So thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, thank God. Thank you, Richard, for sharing these your stories and your reasons for going to design. And like I said, I see myself as the bridge between where you are to where you want to be. I might not be that final destination. In fact, I don't want to be the person that welcomes you to your final destination. I want to be the person that shows you the road or the path to the to the direction you want to take. And that's why when I wanted to do this one-on-one mentorship, I said to tailor it to individual problems. I didn't just want to have a generalized curriculum that I'll just say, okay, I'm mentoring 10 people and I'll just have a generalized curriculum, because Cynthia's problem, which of course is very different from Richard's problem, and Richard's problem is different from Saman's problem. Saman he was looking for a way to transcend into UI UX. But Richard was more about other things. Cynthia was, like she said, she didn't have that, that overview of what design really is. Our problem was to increase our design skills. Saman was to transcend into a different design career, while Richard was just general improvement and upscaling himself. And each and every one of you, imagine I used Cynthia's curriculum to teach Samad or teach Richard. It would have not made sense, because I wouldn't have ended up solving your problem. But trying to tailor the solution to each and every one of your problem made it possible. That's why the mentorship was impactful, and I believe it's going to keep on being impactful. So I didn't really, now I'm realizing it, I made a mistake. I would have maybe made a list of how this session would have gone so that I don't waste each and every one of our time. But regardless, let's just jump right into what lessons will you say career-wise you learned in 2025? Whether it can be personal, it can be career, but what are some of those lessons that you learned in 2025 that you feel that, okay, this lesson is something that you learned and it's going to take you into 2026? And also, what are some of those mistakes? We are here to share and so don't be shy about sharing your mistakes, because it's all about us trying to reflect. Yeah, so we are not just only going to reset, we're also going to reflect. So don't be shy to talk about whatever mistakes that you made that, in 2025 that you felt affected you, whether it was financially affecting you or it affected you career-wise or it affected you in some other aspects. But it would be nice for you to share so that we can, help ourselves on making sure that we don't repeat those same mistakes come 2026. So, Cynthia, you're always going to be the first, and you'll be our first one, so you're always going to start it. So, Cynthia, over to you. Cynthia, I hope you are still with us. So, I don't know if Cynthia is still there, but you both can hear me properly, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if. Okay, let's just go with Richard. Richard, you can go ahead first while we wait for Cynthia.
Okay, 2025 has been a roller coaster, actually. Both personal, freelancing, and also office work as well. I actually got most of my big deals this year. and also got most of my bigger challenges this year as well. So on the mentorship side, I was unable to implement most of the things I that you taught me during the mentorship. But I also, the few I was able to implement, I actually execute them well, and they, they actually work out for me so well. The challenge I had that was the fact that I didn't plan well on entering into web design. I just barged into it, and it actually took my time off from um, going into the focusing on things I need to implement the mentorship. So earlier, one of the I have some relative in UK that used to see me post my designs online. So she reached out and was like, I used to see you post all designs and all. Do you still do design? I was like, yes. So she actually gave me the contract to do all their designs for the organization, also web design. You know, I got my first web design client without me actually doing any web design for anybody. I mean,
It happens. It happens. Yeah, it happens.
nothing. So I reached out to a friend, and he's actually a web designer and graphic designer as well. But the way he charged, they said they cannot afford it. So I had a conversation with him, and he was like, Richie, you can actually take this project and use it as a stepping stone. Based on what I've learned from these people, they are not looking for that 100% perfection. They just want something that they keep doing. So we went ahead and I closed the deal. It was like $650. That was my biggest deal so far.
See, cash out. As a
I,
man.
so So that because of that, I used some money to buy some online courses and all, and I started the the web design, did a website. And they actually appreciate it. So that because of that, that shift my attention into web design. Like over 3 months, I was just focused on learning web design. Man, even my social media handle, I actually avoided it. I just want to master this web design stuff. And there were also a lot of projects at the office where I do work uh, uh, as a full-time graphic designer. So they have this flagship program, is a health foundation. So they be one of the best hospitals in Sierra Leone. So they needed publicity for that. They needed communication team to market the hospital beyond Sierra Leone. So we were working on that. So there was so much to do. I couldn't focus on more on the mentorship. But some of the things that I did was working out of social media, like the one we discussed about brand questionnaire, how to brand, how to develop a brand identity, and some of the things. It doesn't work out for me so well because I work with event managers. I work with few brands that we actually created from scratch, and we have this success in that. Even though most of that non-disclosure, I don't know why they decided to make it non-disclosure, but I accepted because they decided to pay me well for that. That's what actually matters to me. So basically it has been both good, both excellent, and let's say average, up and down. One side did well, one side didn't do well. So what I move out of my city this December. I'm somewhere else. I actually trying to evaluate myself and see how I can still go over those mentorship because I have all the PDFs, all the notes, all the videos. I have them stored in my drive. How I can still go over them this January. The same time we did it last year, I can go over them again this year and see how I'll be able to implement most of them this year. Yeah.
Wow, that's that's so wonderful. And I'm guessing because I think I saw you took your course, your web design from Kata Studios, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, from Kata Studio.
A very good friend of mine. We even collaborated earlier this year for a web
Yes,
design week. So network. Okay, so it's really amazing for Richard to share his story with us. It's really amazing. One thing that one of the major things that I was looking forward to this year was making sure that all of my students, you don't just go through the mentorship, but you are able to see a significant difference, no matter how little it is, because a drop of water is what they say fill the ocean, even if that's unrealistic, but you get my point. So I wanted to make sure that no matter how little the progress is, but you could see a progress that that okay, which means all I need to do is maybe double my efforts the coming months or the coming year or whatever, and you should see a much more better result. So that is really important. That's really good. I love what Richard has done with his 2025. And I feel a mistake of trying to focus more on the new direction you wanted to take. Hopefully, maybe you thought maybe sometimes when we are growing like this, we tend not to know our true calling until we hit that very spot that feels like, man, why have I been wasting my time with this over the years? And you just be like, why haven't I focused on this? But it's not your fault, because the truth is that even everybody had to go through so many processes to finally discover themselves. So it's good, but the most important thing that you try to discover yourself as early as possible. Not that it's not a pressure, but it's still good that you discover yourself as early as possible so that you don't miss out on the goodies that would have come to you ever since. So I don't know, Cynthia, are you back with us, or are you still trying to fix certain things?
Oh, so sorry. I was talking to my dad. That was
Oh
right.
yes. Oh yeah, you told us that you traveled home. Hope your family, everybody's fine.
Yes, everybody's fine. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So I don't know if you
Sorry,
understand the question.
yes, I did. Can you?
Okay, so we're talking about our 2025, what we did right that we feel was good, and we want to take that into 2026, maybe a lesson we learned, or things like that. And also, what were some of the mistakes that you made in 2025 that you either don't know a solution to, or you've discovered a solution to it and you don't want to make sure you want to share with us so that we don't repeat that same mistake in 2026. Don't be shy. You can go ahead, say whatever mistake it was. We are all here to reflect and reset. So yeah, sure. Go ahead. Over to you.
Okay. I think for me, 2025 was good. Yeah. 2025 was good for me because would I call it a promotion? I don't know if my job description actually changed, but then I think for 3 of the places that I work with full time, I did get an increase in pay. And yeah, then I think what else? Okay, for the mistakes that I made, I got an offer through someone, one of my bosses at my full-time job. He referred me to someone and I worked with them. It was supposed to be like a short-term thing, but then it ended up being a long-term job. I still work with them, but then I noticed that the person I was working with, she has no idea about graphics design aside what she sees other people post. So she will see something and then she'll just forward it. Cynthia, make this for us. So, and then okay, I understand the issue of copyright and plagiarism and all. So I was trying to tell her that okay, we can buy their idea and then we tweak it so it doesn't look like a copy and paste stuff. But then she keeps hammering on, I want it like this, just change the colors and use our color thing. So I still don't know how to handle that. Yes, I still don't
Okay.
know. Yes, I still don't know how to handle that because I have already told her that okay, it's actually not okay to copy exactly and then put it out on your social media. And then I think another issue I had was having her because she knows where I work full time and she sees the designs on their social media page. Now she pays me like half of what they pay me because I work for them full time.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And then when she sees their design, she comes back and tell me, okay, you did a nicer design for these people, and ours is not looking just as nice. So I don't know how to handle that.
Okay,
Yes.
can I contribute to that?
Sure,
Yes.
sure. You can go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So this same thing you faced is the same thing we normally face in cyber cafe. Anybody that has ever visited cyber cafe, the clients usually want fast work. So we tell them to bring a sample of what they want. Some clients will tell you, maybe most of the let's say educated clients, they will pay some, but the educated clients will tell you draw inspiration from this, but most of them will just tell you, I need you to copy, draw inspiration from this. So back then, I normally did this. I would just copy the old designs and replace the details with whatever they brought. So the way I have tried to like retweak it is to draw inspiration from the design. It's not maybe whenever the client brings that type of design, the sample, you can ask what exactly do you like about the design. If it's the layout, you are only drawing inspiration from the layout. You can then draw inspiration. You can draw inspiration about for color typography from other designs. So that way, you won't be guilty that you are plagiarizing other this same design. That way, you'll be drawing inspiration from other designs. So that's the way I normally do it. Most of my daughter designs, that's people that work in print industry. Most clients will just tell you, I need this exact thing. But when I know that this color you want to use will not communicate the exact feel, but this layout might communicate the exact feel, I'll just draw inspiration from the layout the client sent and search for inspiration for colors, typography that will fit what the client wants. So the thing is, you draw inspiration from what the clients brought, and maybe the remaining 50% you have to do it. So at the end of the day, even if you can't post the design, you know that you are guilty free, and also you've learned something new. So that's the way I just try to like solve that. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you very much.
all right.
So, Richie, happy to have you back with us. But anyway, Cynthia was just talking about her 2025, the things that went well and the things that didn't go well. So maybe from the answer I'll be giving, you might be able to see the mistakes she made and how she can correct it. So Cynthia made mention of a client that she's working for or a place. And, it's all these clients that are doing their budgets will never match what they are trying to look for. It's never matching their expectation. So your client trying to compare you, although I'm sure within her, she doesn't know what you're receiving in the other place. So it's just you that knows that, okay, she's paying you like half of what the other place is paying you. But then expecting the same results, especially when you are still the same person who likes to do copy and paste kind of design, that is just inhuman to the creative industry, because I see no reason. And just like what Samad said, I think it's best to start to ask her questions. But then if asking her question, because I think such clients are the type that will still want to do strong head, they might not still want to, buy into the question. I would like you to do this strategy called the reverse Uno, or the reverse psychology kind of thing. So create a design for her, right? And then table it to her, right? Table the design to her. And then tell her that, this same design that I just did for you, I've done it for like 3 other clients. Hope you're okay with it. See, I know this might threaten your job. I don't want to do the one that would make it to sack you. But my point is, try to do a sort of a reverse Uno, in the sense that try to put her in the same shoe where her own idea is being copied. Let her see how it feels like. Maybe from there, she might understand what you're truly explaining when it comes to, this is somebody's idea. You can't just expect us to just copy and paste. We can draw inspiration, but not exactly the same thing, and just tell us that we should just change the image or change the picture. Sorry, change the color, and that is it. No. Okay, go ahead, Cynthia.
Okay, so this thing you just said, it happened in in November, I think last month, yes, it happened. We had these 16 days of activism. It's actually a feminist organization. So they had these 16 days of activism where they had to put out content on their social media handle. Now, my full-time job was actually observing the 16 days of activism also. And since the co-executive ED was the one that recommended me to her, he could see the content that was being put out on their own social media page. Now, I wasn't working as just the graphic designer. I am a communications officer for both organizations. So I have to come up with the idea for the content and then make the design to also post for them. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I made a content and put out on my full-time job page, and then she went back, she compared it with what was on their page, and then she was like, we had similar content. And then she now came back. Okay, I was like, okay, let me change it. Let me change the theme focus. Since the activism itself, it had a theme, let me just change the focus. So if I'm doing this for them, I'm doing a different thing for the others. And she still came back and said, our content for the content I made for her was not as good as the one. So I did not know how to manage it. We did similar content and she wasn't okay with it. I did a different content and she said that's what. So I don't know. How would you suggest I would have handled that?
Thank God. Any idea with Richard? You want to chip in?
Okay, I'm going to like restate it to make sure I got your point. So the problem here is that after she brings the sample or whatever design she likes, and she tells you that she wants the same concept, her feedback after you create the design for her is like, this is the exact design that you are using for other people. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing is, I think she's not even okay. The way I see it is, maybe she's not actually telling you to copy the whole exact design, the whole exact form. Maybe she's just telling you to draw inspiration, or on the other side, she's not contented with if she gives you this design, she wants maybe ×2 of the concept. Some clients might give you, let's say, a design that is sparkling, like a beautiful design, but when they tell you to draw inspiration from it, they are not telling you to like create something like that. They want something more than that. So when they compare their own flyer, their own flyer, as the flyer you made for them, to the previous one, they will know that their own is way more better than the other one. You said?
No, sorry, not you.
Okay. So my whole point is, maybe you should try to clarify with her, or try to understand her, or try to observe the pattern. Is it that she's trying to go for something better, or she's just the design she's sending for you is just for inspiration, not just copying the content? So that way you guys will be in the same line. Did I solve any?
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
And I think she wants a little bit of all of them. She wants exact, she wants drawing inspiration, and then she still wants to, yes, she wants to micromanage what I do. Yes. I think that's the best way to use, yes. Because okay, after you come up with the idea and then you do the design, you still have to send it to her, even if she's not your direct line manager, because I am supposed to report to the programs manager. But instead of leaving the programs manager now to have the overall say, it has to go back to her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, she's like a creative director.
Well, executive director, creative director, I think they're the same thing. The programs manager is supposed to be the creative director.
I think I understand what Samad is saying. Not that she's the creative director, but she's trying to play the role of a creative
Exactly,
director.
exactly. I'm just being
Yes,
sarcastic in this manner. Like she's trying to be the whole creative director, trying
Yeah.
to
yes,
put the
yes.
whole team together.
I think the best way to solve this problem, right, is to maybe have a sit down. I don't know how close you and her. I don't know how you guys are close, but maybe one of the very good days you feel she's in a good mood. If it's a physical job, maybe you should have a sit down with her. Now, how do you do this? You can maybe just like I said, I don't know how close you guys are. If it's something you need to tell her physically, you can tell her. If it's something you need to meet with her, like you need to message her on phone, then you can message her. I'm coming, Richard. Don't worry. I'm coming to you. Don't worry. So what I'm simply trying to say is that if it's something that you need to do any of this, you can try and do it. What I mean, why I want you to do this is to have a sit down so that you guys can actually have a conversation. Because if she's trying to micromanage you being a designer, see, one of the worst things that can happen to a designer is to be micromanaged by a non-designer. That thing is very brutal. That thing is very brutal. If a creative director, or maybe you have a lead designer you're working with, maybe you are the junior designer, and then there's a lead designer or a creative director, that creative director should be the one taking the decision. And that creative director should also be a creative. You see that your work will be easier. But when you are being managed by a non-designer, that work is going to be very, very brutal because they will not understand where you are coming from. The client, sorry, your boss is not going to understand where you're coming from. They might not understand why you had to go towards the direction you went to go. I've worked with somebody who she was a by force designer, if you know what I mean, by force designer. She forced herself to be a designer because of the cards she was played with. Right? Was it played with? Yes, because of the card that she was dealt with and then played out with. But along the line, she decided to, it's one of the design agencies. Many of you might know her. I do share, I think especially Samad, when I was in our mentorship, I do share, when I will be sharing my screen, I'll show you a typical work day, Babe Design Studios, you should know. So she herself, she's not like a designer, she's a Canva designer, right? So there are some certain things how we do. And she'll be like, no, that's you're wasting time. I should have just gone to Canva, use one of the templates there, do it sharp. I'll just get over with. And I'll be like, I don't want to use Canva template. It's not that so she even, to the point that she even had to send me because she subscribed the company, she subscribed to the Canva Premium, but she could not subscribe to Figma Premium. But she subscribed to Canva Premium now, so that she can have access to even the premium templates that are there. And I was just wondering, I told her, she even sent me the login details that I should log into the Canva Premium page. So I said that at first, when I first told her that I don't want to use Canva, she felt maybe I don't know how to use Canva, or I was trying to form strong head. So one day we had a call. Luckily, she was the one that fixed the call. So we had a call, and I had to tell her that, it's not like I don't want to use Canva. But you see, I'm a creative who wants to grow. If I go and use Canva, it's like a shortcut. And I create designs for you almost every single day. And I create more designs for you than I create for other people. So which means I'm going to be susceptible. I don't know whether that English is correct, but I am going to find myself in a situation whereby my creativity is going to downgrade with time because of the constant usage of templates.
Yeah, exactly.
After explaining to her, she kind of understood where I was coming from. And I told her that apart from me being here to work for you, I'm also here to grow. So if you don't give me that room to grow, to make mistakes, to experiment, I can't grow. And if I can't grow, I can't even deliver the best to you. And if I can't deliver the best to you, your brand is just going to be like every other typical brand out there.
Exactly.
So you see what I said? Those are the things you can say to your boss. Now, you can say it more polite, although I didn't say it rudely, but maybe you can say it in a more polite way. You can use your own language and all those things to demonstrate your own. But try to let her know that if she's so focused on comparing her business with others, then let her ask herself, what really is she doing with her business? That is where brand strategy comes in. And I think I taught a bit of that to Richard during our mentorship. I taught him a little bit about brand strategy. Now, you need to understand that when it comes to a business, every business wants to stand out. Nike don't want to be Adidas. Adidas don't want to be Nike. Neither does Puma wants to be Adidas or Nike. They have their own distinct, they might be in the same industry, but they have their own distinct voice, tone, target audience. Same thing with your client's business, with your boss's business. Her business might be almost the same thing with her other competitors, but she wants to be different. So let her give you the room to help her to be different. And she can't be different if she's doing copy and paste. She can't be different if she's constantly comparing her designs to other people's design, because those other people's design is tailored to the mode of it's tailored to their business model. So her own design should be tailored to her own business model. Nike's design is different from Adidas design, and it's different from Puma's design. Same thing with their video content. It's different, so that when people are interacting with a Nike design, they know that, oh, this is a Nike design or this is a Nike video. So same thing should also be applicable to your boss. So that's why I want you to have a sit down with your boss, so that you guys can discuss this thing and, maybe give her a little bit of brand strategy, and, let her understand that all you're trying to do is to upgrade our business, because this is also your own place where you're looking for your own daily bread. So you can't joke with your daily bread. So let her understand that you're taking her business seriously. And that is why you kick against certain things, because those things will hurt her business. Not that it is about her. Because maybe some bosses will think that when you reject certain things, it's always about them. They think that you're having the battle, the fight with them. No, tell them that the fight is not with them. But the fight is with not helping their business grow. So let your client know that it is not about her, but it's about what will work for her business and what should work for her business. So that is why you tend to do certain things the way you do them. But if she's not still comfortable with it, then introduce this into her. I introduced it to my boss. I told her that, look, if you feel, okay, I can't make these decisions alone, or you feel my decisions are not accurate, why don't you employ an actual creative director? Maybe you would listen to the person. Maybe you don't want to listen to me, but no problem. Or even if you don't want to employ, just hire a brand auditor that has creative background to come and audit your business. Maybe you would listen to the person. Because you know what? Something about bosses sometimes, that when they understand that they pay you salary every month, they don't tend to listen to you. But you see that consultants that they will pay thousand to come and consult for them for 30 minutes. They respect that person, even if that person is going to end up saying the same thing that you have been singing in their ears. The same thing happened to me. I'm speaking from experience. The moment my boss was able to go and she wanted to hire a creative director, she put the job role online. I was just laughing. I was like, I am the lead designer in 3 good places. And you felt that, okay, we don't know which they talk, no problem. When she finally, she told me I should do the design, we are hiring creative director, she posted the roles and everything, I was just laughing. These are things that I'm already doing for her. But because she felt she's paying me salary now, the money not too much. So she now felt that maybe I don't know what I'm doing. So she now posts the thing online. People are talking about, why would you be paying creative director this kind of salary? Like, why would you put this kind of salary for? What is the creative director? Then she now said, okay, let her just hire, consult a creative director. So she was able to consult the creative director. When the person sent invoice of just 30 minutes, the person told her to pay 750K for 30 minutes consultation. 30 minutes, I just say 1 hour. Just 30 minutes consultation. The person paid me 750K. She came back to me, I was laughing. She was laughing, I was laughing. She now said, So she now said, how are we going to do this thing now? And I said, if you have the money, pay the person, let's hear what the person has to say. My mind was not even for her to pay. Normally, I would have told her, leave it to 750 is too much. But I told her, pay, let's see what that person has to say. So she eventually paid. So they finally bargained. The person was able to collect 500K. So for 30 minutes. So she paid the person. Because the person recorded the video, right? And so that the person will have a record of their own copy and also send her a recorded copy so that she can also go through any other place. Because the way the person works in their consultation is that if she forgets something or there's something she didn't clarify, if she tries to reach back to the person, she'll have to pay on that money again from that time. So that's why the person just decided to create a recorded session so that she can have a copy and she can always go through the copy if there's anything that she needs to clarify. So finally, she did the clarification, the consultation process, and let me just say, 95% of everything the person told her, when the person audited her business, told her everything, 95% of everything the person told her is everything I have been singing and I have been hammering on. She now told me, Ulu, we just wasted 500K. I say, it's normal. Wow. At least we have clarity now. I had to console her because I didn't want to be that guy that would do, sure, I told you so. You know, that kind of a thing, like, I told you so.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that guy, but I just had to console and tell her that, well, at least now we have clarity. At least maybe now you are completely sure that, you know, maybe I'm on the right track. So what now happened was, this thing happened in 2024. So what now happened is that come 2025, she now actually employs somebody who is now going to be the bridge between me, the creative team, and the client. She just took my hands up. She was no longer interfering in the design process. She just employed somebody who will now be the mediator between the creative team and the client. So the client will send over their request. We, the creative team, whether it's the UI UX or the web design team or the graphic design team, will now create the designs, send over to the person will deliver to the client. So whatever feedback the person have, the person will reach out to us directly, and we can either explain the design to the client or make an iteration, but she totally hands up from the process. And trust me, the moment she did that, the business in 2025, we did our end of year meeting on Monday to close for the year. So when we finished the meeting, we're going through the statistics. Her business grew by 67% just because of that one move.
Wow.
Just because of that one move, her business grew by 67%. Back-to-back revision with clients reduced by 70%. Back-to-back revisions, meaning most of those designs were sending to the clients, because back then in 2024, when we create the design, she will first of all review the design. So sometimes the design, the first draft self, client not going to even see them. Funny enough, the first draft, the client will not see the first draft, because once the UI UX team, they do the web design in Figma, or me, the graphic design, when we do the web banners, we'll first of all send it to her. She will see it. She will not decide whether it is okay to send to the client or not. So she will not be the one to say, no, I don't like this, redo it. That very first design, client not go see them. She'll be the one to do the judge, the jury, and the executioner. So the team made work process to be very slow, delivery process to be very slow, because she was constantly going back and forth with the design team. So it was one day inside of that 2024 that something happened. Mistakenly, I wanted to send the first draft to her, and I mistakenly sent it to the group, to the channel where the client, customer channel. I first of all sent it there. I didn't know. It was later she now saw it and told me that she didn't like that design. I should redo the design. So I now redid the design. You get? I now redid the design. So it was when I redid the design and then sent the redesign to her. She now sent it to the client's group channel, not knowing that that first one is still there. So the client now saw the new one. I was like, what happened to the first one? That they like the first one, though. She now say, you go like the first one. The client now say yes. She now say, Then she now told me, Ulu, I beg, do the second version, like she should, because what we normally do, we'll do the desktop first for them to review, then we'll now do the mobile version. So you just Ulu, do the mobile and send. In my mind, I was like, imagine I didn't mistakenly send that. That means the client wouldn't have known that such a design was existing. Now imagine so many other previous designs that the client knew that the better version existed first. But the moment she hands up and created a middle person, immediately everything just, went into place. Business grew by 67%, back-to-back revisions reduced by 70%, customer relationship improved drastically. She made more sales. In fact, everything all around the business just improved. Projects were done faster, executed faster, implemented faster, clients launched faster. The moment you just hands up from certain aspects and just puts the right people in those places, everything just, so maybe this is what your client needs to do. She just need to employ somebody who would help, just grow the business. Like I said, just have that conversation with her first. Because most of these clients, they don't know what they are losing because they felt they're not losing yet. Until you let them know that, you are losing more than you think you're losing, or maybe then don't understand. So Richard, sorry for keeping you waiting. You can go ahead.
Okay, I think, like you said, the problem is the fact that the executive director actually trying to act as a creative director. I don't know whether you have a direct line manager, and as a graphic designer, your line manager should be someone that actually knows about graphic design. If you're actually a non-graphic designer, man, you will actually go through some difficult times with them because they are not thinking from the creative like from the graphic design perspective, all they want is what they see. Some of them actually don't care about the message. Even if the person is not a graphic designer, the person must have some little knowledge about communication or visual something. So that's actually a farm. But normally what I do, if actually a client that individual client that come to me and they want me to do something exact, I first of all have to have a clarity from them. Is it this exactly you want, or you want me to work it and get something better? If you tell me that's exactly you want, I will give you exactly what you want. But I also let you know that this is copy and paste. This is somebody's idea. If you insist that that's what you want, I will give it to you. But if I also have more time, I do something on the side and send it someday both of them to you. So what I've realized, whenever I do two design, they ask for this to just copy and paste. If I have time, I will do another one. If I send it to 90% of the time, they go with the one that I do extra. 90% of the time, they go with the one that I do extra. They will be like, I think let's go the one you created extra. I mean, it's different. It also capture what we want to share. You understand? I think that, like Mr. Ulu said, you need to get conversation with them and let them know that they need to, the executive director as a non-designer need to actually take her hands off the design. If they want the business to grow, the organization or whatever it is, they need to have a creative person, whether a creative director or some organizations, they have communication team. So the communication teams comprises of graphic designer, UI UX designer, web designer, multimedia specialist. You need to have someone that actually head you can report to, someone that, or maybe you can just upgrade it to be the creative director and bring in someone else as a junior designer. But you actually have to have this conversation with them. But if it's actually if you have this experience with just a single person that comes to you for design, if you have time, create another one on the side and send both of them to them. Most of the time, they will end up choosing you one you think about and create than the one they actually want. Yeah.
That's so very excellent, Richard. And I love the point you gave about creating two versions. So maybe Cynthia, you can also implement that strategy maybe before the conversation, and maybe that could even help you ease into the conversation you need to have with the boss. Just create two samples, create the one that she wants, the copy and paste or whatever, and create a better version that this is a better version, and then present the both of them to her and tell her to choose. If she goes ahead, this will even help you to know whether you really need to even have that conversation. I think if she goes ahead with the better version, then use that as an opportunity to have the conversation we had. But if she still insists if she end up still going with the copy and paste version, don't even bother having that conversation. Just do what, because if I nowadays, I used to tell designer, don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself with some bosses. See, some bosses will still, if you like, even carry Chris do and come and give to them, they will still not understand. They will still not listen. So some clients are just, if you see a client or a boss that is open to upgrade, to grow, to develop themselves, you will know. If you see some bosses who are not even interested in any of these things, you will still know. So just try to see what you can do. You don't need to go too much, but just try to do the best you can do and see where it leads you. So that's very, very, very okay. So quickly, Samad, I want to wrap up this thing before 1 o'clock. So over to you, Samad.
Okay, so the part has been passed to me. Let's finish the race. First, let's start with the lessons I learned before this. The lessons I learned is, okay, throughout the mentorship, you taught me a lot of things. You taught me to always seek feedback, that there is nothing, there is no big deal or any big process behind anything. The real key is consistency, collaboration, and other things. So I decided to give collaboration a try, and I didn't want to badge into other designers' DM and tell them, please, can you collaborate with me? That would just be like rubbing their feet. So I started posting my designs online, sharing my story, getting other people, getting to know other people better. And what I found out was most designers that had a lot on their table started shipping their designs to me. They started calling me. We started testing often. Like this December is the month I had more, I'll say more income, more business income than other months just because of collaboration. And the other one is consistency. So consistently, I started posting my design. As I mentioned, I started posting my design online, started sharing my story. But what I realized halfway was my issue. The issue I had is not even about consistency because I know myself. I'm always motivated to post design. But the issue is that after getting what I want, I find it hard to go back to that same process. So let's say and when I started posting my design consistently, I started getting collaboration, I started getting clients. So since I had all those clients, I was like, what was even the need to even post? Because all those I was occupied with all those projects, so I could not even stick with the timeline I created first for myself. So I just had to go back to the drawing board, trying to rethink everything I've done. Was actually wrong? Is this consistency, or is it because you can't actually stick to a plan? Because I know with the hard work that I put in to get these clients that I have on my table now that are shipping work that make me feel like I'm occupied. If I can also double the effort or keep or stick to that same plan, I know I can times 2 it or times 100 it. I don't. So that was the share. So the mistake I made. The mistake I made. So okay, I implemented many things. Implemented many things, but I'm just saying it as my words can capture. So I went through my accounting, my Google Sheets record to like understand the average money I've made in this month, average amount I've paid in last month, and all of that. So after looking at the average income, I understood something. Okay, maybe this will be a question. The question is it actually real to earn from other income, or one should focus on something? Because right now I earn from printing. Most of my income are printing based and also designing based. So when I looked at my average income, it was around 50,000 naira for the design. So I was like, I also went to check which of these and which of these avenue are bringing much of this income. Then I looked at it that it was even printing. But meanwhile, most of my time are spent on designing. So that revealed to me that I'm even charging low for what I'm doing. So my question from everything I've said now is that would you say it's better to focus and to have several means of income, just like you have, or one should focus on something and get better at it, earn better income from there, or I should just continue on this path and try to like grow continuously or step by step?
Okay, so what I'll say is it's okay for you to continue with this part because we all need to start somewhere. Because the truth is that when you're creating any form of business, you need capital. And whatever capital you are having needs to get you somewhere, right? So you need to grow, but you need capital to grow. You need to maybe buy new gadgets, new tools. You need to maybe even run ads online. And those things require money for you to even run ads, to get your business known to other people, to even improve your business. So you can start, you've already started with something that's giving you a fairly good amount of money, for a young Nigerian. But then it's okay for you to want to grow. And yes, it's okay for you to diversify. My mantra or my goal this year was, I don't know if any of you might have, for those of us who are Nigerians, we might have remembered this thing that started early this year, this statement of, I go chop my own chop, there's something, give what belongs to Caesar. I will chop my own, chop Caesar own joy. That kind of a thing. That was the mantra of many people. That was my mantra this year. I will chop my own, chop Caesar own joy. I'm not giving you. So my point here is not greediness. My point here is you need to learn how to diversify the streams of income. Because I always say one stream of income is just one mistake away from no streams of income. I don't know if you understand that statement. One stream of income is one mistake away from no streams of income. So it is okay for you to diversify. Try to look for other ways you can make money. There are so many ways you can make money as a creative or even as an individual. I made money, like when I was explaining to many of you, I think I explained to either Richard or you, when I explained to you this year that on that way of making money, I made money this year was through mentorship. Not everything was from my 9 to 5. Not all the money I made this year was from my 9 to 5. Not all the money I made this year was from freelance. I also made money from my mentorship. So that is another stream of income at the moment. So you can make money from every other stream of income that you can think of. It doesn't even, and other forms of stream of income doesn't even need to relate to what you're doing, which is creativity. You can be other things like maybe you could partner with somebody and help them sell something. You can even go into real estate if you can. You can go into real estate, start to sell land and sell properties, no problem. As long as the opportunity is there. Yeah. Bring in at least one thing I used to say is that if you are creative, you can go into any business. Once you are creative, there's no business you cannot venture into. Because you know why? Being a creative, you already have that little background, basic knowledge of brand strategy. So which you can take, that knowledge is something you can take into any other form of business, whether it's real estate, whether it's sales and marketing, whether it is whatever, you can actually take that knowledge into those industries. So try to diversify your streams of income. Try to experiment with other things. You might run at loss. You might also gain from them. But don't be afraid of experimenting. It's also going to be beneficial. But make sure that you don't lose sight of your major capital at the moment. Don't say because you want to venture into other things or you want to grow into other things, you will not lose sight of what is actually sponsoring those things in the first place. So that you don't lose, because once you lose sight of what is creating that capital for you, you might end up not having the money you can use to grow into other things. So don't lose sight of what is creating the capital for you today, right? Still be focused on that. Make it still your primary focus while you try to experiment into other things you want to go into tomorrow. You understand me? So that is what I can advise you on that. I won't tell you not to do. Yes, it's good to go. It's not bad if tomorrow I say you don't buy Benz. It's not. It's not a bad thing. So yeah, try to venture into that things. It's going to be profitable and it's going to benefit you a lot. So quickly wrap it up. I don't know if Cynthia have a question. You've been doing thumbs up. I don't know if your thumbs up was you raising your hand or you just agreed to, you are flowing with what you're saying. I don't know if that is your thumbs up. I want to clarify.
I was actually agreeing with what you said.
Okay, that's fine. So to quickly wrap it up, we are going to 2026 by this time next week. Is already the last of 2025. So what are we looking forward to 2026? Career-wise, who is getting married next year? We need to know so that we can come for the wedding. So, but what are we looking forward to in 2026? Cynthia, over to you.
Doubling my income.
Doubling your income. Okay. That's just all. Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I really do hope that I'll get better at my craft.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Doubling the income is very, very intentional. Just like Richard said, he went inside the whole thing for money. So I'm sure his own will also be to double income. So yeah, Richard, over to you. You can speak. I think you can speak.
Okay. I think my highlight is one stream of income is
network.
Yeah, I think he's lagging on it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Samad, you can go ahead. Just
okay. So I've not pinned my
my plan is one is to.
Okay, wait. Okay, Richard, if you're data Richard, you can go ahead. Yeah.
You can go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Samad. I will go after you.
All right. So I've not pinned my goal down, but one of the things I measured this year was I made 50x improvement in my life, my habits, and everything. And what I want to do next year is I want to double that 50x. So the 50x can come in many ways. Can come in learning new things, because at this stage I need to satisfy my curiosity, not falling out or like becoming a master of what they call it. What's this
A
phrase?
master of something. I forgot that in.
Jack of all trade, master of none. Exactly. So,
But I
but
hope
at
you know
this
that,
stage,
I hope you know that that statement has an ending.
yeah. I saw it online. I saw it online, but I'm just trying to use that other one to like explain what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
So
okay.
what I'm trying to say is, at this stage that I still have the free time, I want to use it to satisfy my curiosity, learn how things work. Because even when you promised me something at the beginning of the mentorship. You said it's after the mentorship you were going to create a free
Yes.
website. I was supposed to ask about that, but I feel like one other side, I was feeling guilty. Like I don't want to. I know it will save me time, but I just want to see how things work. Maybe that would that's because apart from learning how things work, it improves my self-confidence to like try new things. So I decided to, okay, let's just keep it out and let me try to create this thing and understand how it really works instead of just taking it from Mr. Ulu and using it like that. So my goal is self-improvement, upgrading my skills, upgrading my gadgets, and more money. And also there's this phrase. What's it called? Is it freedom? Is it money freedom? I've forgotten it, but the kind of situation where I don't have to worry about money because next year I'll be in school and I might have to handle most of my expenses. So I just want to financial freedom. Yeah, that's the word. So I wouldn't want to be in a situation whereby I have to worry about my finance. And that means I have to upgrade my skills, and that also leads to other corners. So those are my goals, and
Okay, that's excellent. That's excellent. Okay, Richard, I think you joined with a different device. Let me remove this one. No, just remove. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Samad, for what you're looking forward to in 2026. That is really excellent. Doubling your income is going to be, I know it's always going to be one of the major things. So, Richard, you can go ahead now, so that I think I just have one more section to finalize.
Okay. So one of the things I want to actually do this year is actually to work on my finance. I actually realized that I have some little bit discrepancy with finance, so I need to actually work on my finance and increase my source of income. I have few. I need more. I need to actually sit down and think through this festive season and increase it. I need to make that. I need to go for the bag, and I also need to actually grow myself to a point that I need to focus more as well on growth, because it's not, if I more focus on the money and forget about growing, I will actually be left behind, and I don't want to be left behind. I want to actually work with follow the trend. As the world advance, I should grow as well. So these are some of the things I'll be focusing on, and I need to. Okay, I'll be registering my agency, my creative agency this year. Make sure I register it. I already have team members I'm working with. We've been actually getting some few projects, but we need to put in more effort. Yeah, we need to put in more effort, register it as a company, and also brand it, get all the things that most of the things that are needed for us to start. Yeah, because it's actually for the recognition. We actually got the recognition. We also just need to make good use of it.
That's good. That's excellent. Good. I guess 2026 is looking very, very bright. That's very amazing. Samad, go ahead.
Very promising.
So sorry, this is coming late. I just have a bit of some questions to ask. So the first one is, I mentioned when I was explaining something, I mentioned I collaborated, and that eventually led to me handling more gigs. I want to understand, how do you collaborate? Because most of your designs, or what really inspires me about you is that you collaborate. So how do you do that? Is it that you wait for them to come and meet you? Because in my own scenario, they came to meet me. So how do you do that? Mine is inbound. How do you do it outbound? How do you go to them? I want to collaborate. Or how do you make that kind of thing happen?
Okay, it's very easy. When it comes to collaboration, it's as easy as just meeting somebody and just asking the person, how are you doing? That is basically collaboration for you. It's not something to think too much about, right? It's all about you making sure that, because at this age, you are collaborating with somebody, and which means one way or the other, you're not just only going to benefit from them, they are going to benefit from you. So I don't think there's anybody who would want to turn down a situation whereby they are also going to collaborate, they're also going to benefit from you. Let me take, for example, our mentorship this year was a collaboration. You needed something from me, but I needed your money. You came to me because I don't know if you need mentorship, so I might not be able to have come to you. So which means one way or the other, collaboration can go in so many ways. It means you can either be the one that's reaching out to them because you know you need something from them, or they can be the one reaching out to you because they know you have something that they want. So for example, now when you reach out to me that you want me to mentor you, it means that you needed something from me. And at the same time, I will also need your money. So you got my knowledge and my guidance, I got your money. That is collaboration. You benefited from me, I benefited from you. So same thing goes with you want to collaborate with other creative. It's simple. If you are the one in need, just reach out to them. You should know a couple of them that are very good in whatever you want them for. So let's say you are not good in motion graphics, but you are handling a project that requires motion graphics, logo animation, all those things. And you know designers that are very good with motion graphics. It's as simple as you can DM them on Instagram if you don't have them on your WhatsApp. You can just send them a message on Instagram and be like, hello, good afternoon, how you doing? Or good day, how you doing? Yes, I'm a designer. I'm currently working on a project and I'm in need of a motion designer. And I say the things you do, I love them, and I would like you to be with me. I would like to collaborate with you on this project with me. What are your charges or what are your fees? Or would you want us to have a conversation, maybe a meeting, so that we can discuss on the scope of the project, and then maybe from there we can discuss on how much you're going to charge. So I'll know whether sometimes it's good to first of all know this is why you know how much you're selling to your client to. So you know, go and send client invoice. But if a client will pay, you can realize say what the motion designer is charging is almost your profit. It will not make sense. You get, so it's good you have this conversation. So when you already know the scope of the project you're handling, you try to bring as many people, and maybe the first time you might need to know. But if you already have people you've worked with before, like me, I have people I've worked with before. So I kind of have an idea of how much they charge. So if I want to send an invoice to a client, I know how to structure the invoice. You get my point? So that's basically collaboration for you. It's nothing, it's like I said, it's just as simple as going to meet somebody and tell the person, please, how are you doing? My name is this. I have something that I need your help with, and I'll pay you for it. Simple. That's basic collaboration. I know not all collaborations might need you paying somebody for something. It can be as simple as you want to invite somebody to speak at your event. It's also a collaboration. You get. So what I'm simply trying to say is that it's very easy. If you're handling a project where somebody knows how to do that thing better than you, don't force yourself to want to handle everything by yourself. If you know that there's somebody that you know that can do this thing better than you, meet up with the person and tell the person, I'll need to collaborate with you, please. I need to collaborate with you on this project. This is the part you'll be playing in that project. The person will send you their bill, you couple it, you bundle everything together, send to the client. You know, that's how I run my design agency. I don't have somebody I'm paying salary every month. I don't have that kind of influx of clients you get to put some people on salary. So I collaborate with freelancers. So I pay per project. So when a project comes in and requires all hands on deck, I already have people that I can collaborate with. Even for example, now Richard knows Kata Studios, right? I collaborated with Kata Studios earlier this year on a web design project. It was a massive web design project for an NGO. You get, for an NGO, a non-governmental organization, and we collaborated together with it. I handled the agency part, the agency part, clients acquisition and everything. He just handled the web design process, the back end, the front end, everything. We collaborated. I know I made a huge money from that. At least I made about close to 1.5 million from the project as my profit because I collaborated with somebody. I don't know if you get my point. Same thing goes with, and at the end of the day, because of the job that was well done, we were rehired to help them maintain the website for the next 1 year.
Wow.
You get where we hire to help them maintain the website for the rest of it. And Pata is the one handling the maintenance and everything. I'm just in the middle, just doing the client everything. Not that I cannot handle a web design project. You get maybe on my own as per my portfolio and other things. And not all clients want their website to be on Frema. Frema is very costly. You get Frema is very good from the hosting to everything. So it's the only place where I bring in my Frema expertise is when I'm working with, maybe I'm trying to do a website design for a foreign client that I know that once I'm charging them in dollars, it's not going to mean too much for them because Frema is going to bill me in dollars. So I know that if I'm charging them in dollars, but for maybe African Nigerian clients, I know who I collaborate with Pata to handle that part of the project. So that is collaboration. You get. And I also have somebody, I don't know, you might know him, he's a very good motion designer. I collaborate with him also for motion graphics. So when we have a motion graphics project, I bring him on board. I tell him, Baba, how far I need your skills with this motion project. How much you go charge? Okay. I can double the price and send to the client, carry my 2x for my profits, give him his 1x. Everybody smiles, everybody's happy, the job is done. The most important thing is that at the end of the day, it was the job well done, is what should be the focus, not who did it. So if it is you who need the expertise, don't say because you want to chop all the money. You might chop all the money, but the client may not come back tomorrow because you did a very poor job for him or her. So it's good you hire somebody, the person gets the job done, your client is happy, you are happy. Tomorrow the client will refer you to somebody else because you did a good job. It's not you that did it too, but Nasama is one for us. Meeting, you will do a good website. Simple. So that's basically what collaboration is. It's just like I said, it's as simple as meeting somebody and you're having a conversation with the person. As simple as that.
All right.
So, Richard, I think you're the one to it. I think you have spoken, right?
Are you talking to? Yes, I've spoken.
Okay, that's good. So, quickly, to wrap it up, I want to just really throw this to you guys. How are you guys going to handle AI in 2026? AI now is it's everywhere. It's everything. It's everywhere. It's coming for everything. So, what are your views on AI come 2026? How do you plan to utilize it? And so what are your plans towards AI in general come 2026? Cynthia. Cynthia.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. For me, I see AI as okay, I know that there are some paid versions and all, but I don't think I have ever paid for it. I just see it as an assistant. Yeah. It helps me make my work easier because there are certain things that if I want to do on my own, it's actually going to take me a very long time. I have 5 full-time jobs, like full-time. So without AI, I don't think I'll be able to deliver since they are all demanding. So AI is my best friend. Yeah. So I intend to keep it, continue evolving as it does. And so I don't get zoned out of the space.
Okay, thank you so much. Richard, how about you? What are your plans and how do you plan to, what's your view and your take on AI come 2026?
So for me, I feel like AI is really making work easy for me. Even though I've not actually used it to the extent, deep, but I've used it in a few occasions and it's really helped me. An occasion that I need, maybe, for example, stock certain images, I will go online, search, I won't get it. I will come to ChatGPT. I tell ChatGPT what I want. ChatGPT will give me prompt, and I will edit a prompt to how I want it. Go to either Gemini or go to Google Lab and generate them. And also, like where I work, we actually use more of Canva for social media designs and some certificate and other things. So, one thing that stood out for me on Canva is that I don't know whether it has been there for long or not. It's actually a board crate, so I was able to create a lot of thousands of certificates on just a single click. AI is actually making work very easy for me. So my plan is actually, so one of my challenges is that to figure things out on my own, like going out and do the research, and learn it, it's actually, I see like a lot of times. So most times I go for people that already have done it and they have courses. So I pay for the course so that my own journey will be shorter. I won't have make the mistake they actually make. Most times that's how I do. So my plan is actually look for someone that had this maybe a structured AI course for graphic designers, highlighting most of the needed AI tools graphic designing to learn to boost their work. So I'm actually planning of looking out for that kind of course, maybe spend 1 month on that course and try to learn these AI tools from them. If now that some of a lot of people have gone far ahead of some of us now in this AI stuff. So when if after they have courses, I will gladly pay for them and see how I can shorten my own joining and learn these AI tools. But I actually want to, incorporate AI. For me, I don't think AI will take my job. So let me give you a story. So at our organization, we have a comms team. I'm the graphic designer. We have multiple specialists. We have comms manager. We have comms associate. So we are having our flagship program, the ribbon cutting. So we did all the banners. So the event managers came to mount up the banner. So we are there to assist them and tell them how to mount up this banner. So the communication actually asked me, you as a graphic designer, how do you think AI will take your job? And I replied, I told her that AI should come and stand here and supervise this mounting of these banners. If AI can come and stand there, they will take my job. So basically, what I believe in, if you actually limit yourself just to creating design, maybe AI will take your job. But if you expand your capacity beyond graphic design as a creative, there's no way AI will take your job. There's no way AI will come offline and contribute to my team and tell them what to do. If as a graphic designer, if you be a team player or wherever you find yourself, you add values to the team, you will never be replaced by AI. So I'm actually trying to incorporate AI into my creative process, but I'm sure AI will never take my job.
Yeah. I love that confidence. That's good. Make AI work for you, not the other way around. So, thank God. Yeah, Samad, you have something to say?
Yeah, so first let me contribute to what Mr. Richard was saying. So it was while he was explaining, he mentioned something. He said he needs to like get a course. I feel like the best way to learn for me, I'm just recommending this is whenever you face a roadblock or let's say an obstacle, you should go and learn something about it. Because you might purchase a course and the course will not even be useful. For me now, most of my problem is generating images online. So what I do is I still follow the same thing you do. I just go on Twitter because Twitter, most people usually drop text-based stuff. So I just go watch, scroll across their feed and read how they create those type of design. And most of them usually share threads on how they create that. So after I learned that and I quickly apply it to my design, I feel that's the best way to like learn instead of getting any AI course. Then the second one is the one you said that AI cannot come offline. Yeah, as a young creative, what I'm learning, what I have learned is that you have to be skilled in different things. Like I was having two minds when I was asking Mr. Ulu the question of should I diversify or should I stay on one path? I was like, what if he even disagrees? But I was like, okay, let me hear his opinion and think about it. For me, I feel like we should learn about everything. We should be able to do something offline apart from our system. We should be able to handle print job. We should be able to teach. We should be able to do many things. Like a while ago, somebody called me to come and do damp CBT installation for their school, one of the best private school in Ibadan. And the way the person got to know me was because I was a creative and I volunteered to like teach the man. In return, he was teaching me something and I decided to, okay, maybe during the weekend I can also teach you stuff about it. He called me. So he called me to, okay, can you do this? I said, can you give me some time? I quickly prepared an invoice. And I told him this is what it will cost for the plan and all of that. So there was no way I could have gotten that job if I was not a graphic designer in the first place. And secondly, if my attitude was like wrong, or maybe I didn't volunteer to teach him. So back to my own stuff. I just wanted to recommend that.
That's
Jeez,
excellent.
I just lost my train of thought. I just lost my I think I was occupied with that thought. I just wanted to like pour it out and drop it. And please, what was the question? Or we were rounding up with something.
Yes, I was saying, what's your take on AI and
okay, exactly. Thank you very much for that. So my take on AI is I will use AI when it needs the use of AI. So what I normally do is I have a prompt. I use it after brand design. I use it after flyer design. So I'll map out my process after creating design or brand design. I'll map out my process. Like I started from researching, I started from this. Then I'll ask AI, I just completed this. In 2025, what will a senior brand designer who makes use of AI efficiently do instead? So AI will tell me what I could have done differently. So that way I just copy it and do it. Then after trying that thing out, I also give it back to AI. But all these things, it is easier said than done. I've only tried it like twice and it has been really helpful. So my own take is employ the use of AI anytime it needs it. No need to like stress on creating 200 concepts when AI can help you do the job. And if AI eventually takes our job, you will know that you are not limited to just creating something on a screen, because I won't want to sit down. I'm still very young. I won't want to sit down till my 60 years and keep put pixels on the screen. I know by then everything will be advanced, so I want to be useful in any ways I can be useful, any way my curiosity satisfies. So if AI takes our job, no problem. But I'm sure it won't take me. It won't take my own personality. It won't take my job. It won't take me. It won't take someone from calling me that they need me to come and do this stuff online apart from my design. So I just feel my own statements would be employ AI whenever you can employ AI. Don't fight with it. Like Mr. Ulu always said, a designer who does not make use of AI in 2025 will lose his job. But a designer who collaborates with AI will definitely not lose his job, because AI will make everything easier. And so that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samad, for that. Right. Just like you said, you're not going to lose your AI. You're not going to lose your job to AI. You're going to lose your job to a designer that uses AI. Because it's just like back then, photographers lost their jobs not to Photoshop, but they lost their jobs to photographers that uses Photoshop to enhance their photos.
Exactly.
So that's basically what is going to happen with with the whole AI thing. It's a bubble. It might burst, it might not burst, but in the meantime, let's just work with the ride and go with the flow. But don't forget what made you a designer in the first place, because at least before 2021, when the whole ChatGPT stuff started, I think about 2021, 2022, before it all started, we were designing, right? Most of us started with pixel art. I started with CorelDRAW back then in 2015. So I believe we were not designers, and we were able to remove background without AI. We were able to do photo editing without AI. All those things existed before AI came. AI, if you see, AI is not actually doing anything different from what we were doing. It's just doing it faster. That's just the difference. You get? It's not doing anything exponentially different from what we were already doing before. It's just doing it faster. So, and also giving power to people who could not do certain things. For example, I'm not a photo editor. I don't know how to do photo editing with Photoshop, or even photo manipulation, like all those things that Carve. I don't know if you know Mommy Carve, what she normally does.
CAV.
CAV. I don't know how to do those things, but with AI now, you could be able to, implement certain things that of such, with just maybe at least if you know prompt engineering. And to add to what Samad said about AI courses, yes, I've always wanted to create an AI course. Being an AI enthusiast, being somebody who is kind of, I'm enthusiastic about AI, I'm very passionate about AI and all those things. I've always wanted to create an AI course, but one thing has always made me to create a course, and that is AI is a very fast evolving landscape. Exactly. Like what you think you know today, tomorrow. Okay, for example, we're just celebrating ChatGPT 5. Was it not a few months ago? And now they already have ChatGPT 5.2.
Exactly.
So you might buy a course and you'll be so surprised. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I'm just giving you what the reality of things. You might buy an AI course today. Give that course 1 week, it is redundant. Because what the tools, the versions that they use in teaching that AI course have gotten a better version, has gotten a more improved version. So I'm not saying to say you shouldn't, right? I'm not trying to say you shouldn't buy AI courses, but learn to understand that AI is a very fast evolving landscape. That the way the thing is improving and growing and developing every single day. I'm not saying every single week, every single day there's a newer update. It's either Microsoft is releasing one new update, or ChatGPT or OpenAI is releasing one new one, or Google or Higgsfield or Kling or this, and the tools are a lot.
Yeah.
There are a lot of tools out there. So the only thing I only advise you to do is that just try to have at least 2 to 3 major AI tools you use. For me, I use ChatGPT only for text-based things. Coming up with captions, coming up with maybe to refine my script, converting my Instagram Reels scripts to maybe a full blog post. Anything writing-based, I use ChatGPT. But you see, picture-based, I give it up for Google Gemini, Nano Banana. I don't think there's any, and you know the funny thing, other AI tools are using them as plugin. That's why you just need to focus on just the tools itself. If you go to Higgsfield have all the plugins. Gemini is there. Inside Figma, there's Gemini, Nano Banana. Inside Firefly, Adobe Firefly, there's Gemini inside. Inside FreePic, there's Google Gemini inside. So it's just a matter of you just concentrate on what you want to be using AI for. Then look for the tools that do it best and just focus on those tools. Like I said, when it comes to writing things, I use Google Gemini, ChatGPT. When it comes to image generation, I use Google Gemini. When it comes to video generation too, I use Google either VO3 or I use Flow. If I want to maybe do 2 frames together, I use VO3 or I use Google Flow. I think it should be Flow, they used to call it. Then when it comes to things like maybe I want to do deep research, I want to analyze the PDF, I want to analyze the spreadsheet, I use Claude. That is the best AI tool I use in those cases. So just try to know what you really want to use AI for. Then focus on the tools that will get you those things and just learn them. And one of the major things that I would let you to know is not to even learn how to use the tools, learn how to do prompt engineering. If it's anything that you want to learn when it comes to this whole AI thing, is prompt engineering. If you can prompt, forget it. That is one of the reasons that enables me to do what I do. I prompt in a way that some people even wonder, how do I even come about it? And there's a new format of prompting that's existing now called JSON prompt, JSON prompt. I don't know if you've come across it. There is this form of prompting. It looks like a code base. It looks like it's like you are writing a prompt in a coding format.
Yeah.
That is a new kind of prompting that is existing. That kind of prompting even gives you more detail than even plain English prompting. So learn prompt engineering. Focus on prompt engineering, because if you can prompt, you can create videos, you can create images, you can create text, you can do whatever you want to do. I think I posted a video on my Instagram talking about how I was able to convert a video. How I was able to transform an image into a text. The video is on my Instagram, It's on my Instagram. I think it's still the first video on my Instagram page when I showed how I was able to convert. I used an image I downloaded from FreePic and I converted it to something and just using simple prompts.
So I saw it on your WhatsApp. Oh, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, sure.
I saw it on your WhatsApp status.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of you just learning a little bit about those little prompting. Just learn prompt engineering. That's one of the major focus when it comes to AI using. Learn prompt engineering. Try to keep up with AI updates that are going on out there, because updates are flying left and right. Keep up with the updates. Learn prompt engineering, because that's like your major focus. And yeah, you should be good to go. So I really hope 2026 turns out all right for the both of us, for each and every one of us. And I'm really looking forward to, seeing you guys succeed in whatever you venture into, whether you want to finally retire from design or you want to go into something else, no problem. I really hope you're successful in that. And if you want to stick to design, I really want to see each and every one of us succeed as much as we can. And Samad, as you go into school, please, I know they normally say school not scam, but school not be scam, right? Whatever it is that you're studying, focus on it. Rather, use your creative skills to enhance your knowledge. And I think there's something I always say. I think I said this thing to Cynthia when I was mentoring. I told her that one of the mistakes that many of us made during our school time was we didn't make a lot of friends. You know, back then, where the type that our parents told us, when you go to school, focus on your studies, don't make friends, so you don't make bad friends, all those things. And we went to school and we're lonely. And when I mean by lonely, we were solo, you know, we're like lone wolves. But along the line, I got to realize that if you notice, many people that are succeeding in whatever they're succeeding in their business, they did not succeed because they got to know their customers after school. Most of their first customers were their classmates, their course-mates, their schoolmates. So as you are entering school next year, please make as much connection as you can make. You don't know anybody, you don't know people's background. Person if you your class now, it might be senators, if you be senator picking. Somebody might be in your class and is somebody's one rich man's child. And who knows, somebody might be in your class and that person might become a very successful person in the future. So I'm not trying to say you should make friends because you want to benefit from them, but make friends because you know that it's good to have connections, because you never can tell where those connections can come in handy. So like the boss I'm working for, these big design studios of a thing, most of our clients are clients that she knew from Babcock because she went to Babcock University. Most of our clients, they grew up, became successful, so they hired her to create their website for them and all of those things. So you never can tell. Your first-time clients could be your classmate, they could be your classmates, and same thing with each and every one of us. Each and every one of us, Richard, Cynthia, your clients may also come from your church. I believe each and every one of us, Christian. You are not a Christian, right, Samad? Yeah, but your imam, his imam, they call them. One day he might tell you that his daughter want to marry you. He wants you to handle all the printing job for the marriage, both the souvenirs, the marriage card, everything. He wants you to handle everything. You never can tell where your clients might come from. Your next clients will come from the place you least expected. So don't underrate anybody that comes across your way. Like I said, connection matters a lot. And I think Samad, to you, I mentored you on events. So going out for events, I'm building connections with people outside of the zone and all those kind of things. So same thing with you, Richard and Cynthia. Richard, if you can travel to Nigeria for whenever there's any event in Nigeria, you can travel down, no problem. Please. If it's also over there, I do see the status you post on your status, Richard, and I see some of the things you post, you know, the events you get yourself involved with. That is very good. It's a good way of building connection. You know, if you can volunteer in any place, because you never can tell where, you know, you don't know who is watching, right? You might volunteer for an event in your school and you create a billboard. And somebody comes and attend the event and be like, who created this billboard for you guys? One of our designers like that. We never pay him, but he did it. You say, please, I need this contact. Connection does start like that. You understand? You know this guy, they call him Polycarp. I've forgotten that his name. June Montage. I mean, if you know him on Instagram.
Yeah, June Montage.
You know, you create designs for
airplane and all of that.
You know, you create designs for people like Davido them and Burna Boy. Definitely, it's not like he sorted these people out by himself. He might have been creating designs for the Jets people he created designs for. But those Jets people know these celebrities. And in turn, they start creating. So I need to tell people one thing. I say, not every client will pay you. Some clients know people that will pay you. I don't know if you understand me. Not everybody that comes across your way will be your client. Some people might not do business with you directly, but they might know people who will need your services. So don't say because this person is not hiring me or doing business with me, you want to, no, don't disregard that person. Focus on that person, build genuine connection with that person, because you never can tell. That person could refer you, because tomorrow that person could come and say, you need the service. I know somebody who does this thing. Let me just give you his contact. Connection. So learn one thing again. I will advise us to do in 2026 is build as much connection as you can build in 2026. It's very important. Connection is very, very essential. Cynthia, you say something about your boss referring you to some other place that later worked out for you. That is connection, right? So you're living in Abuja. Abuja is full of connection of big men. Please, still carry the connection reach our side, shall please carry connection reach our side. But yeah, build connection as much as you can in 2025. It's It's very, very important. And also, personally, try to grow. It can be in your time management, it can be in your communication, it can be in whatever, but just improve yourself as much as you can. And also, most importantly, please get yourself out there. Stop, see, no they shy behind camera. Put yourself out there, post your work, post your face, talk, speak, whatever it is you can do to show yourself, to show up, to put yourself out there, to put your name, to put your face. Please do it. Like I said, you know, we need to learn to put ourselves out there. It's very, very important. So don't fail to put yourself out there. Don't fail to don't be shy. Don't be shy behind the camera. Don't say, oh, I'm camera shy. I was once camera shy, you get. But we have to start one day and just face the camera. And if you're camera shy, then imagine you have been invited to speak in a conference where you're not seeing these people, koro, see you, face me, I face you. You are seeing them, they are seeing you, you are seeing them. What will you not do? If the only thing you need to battle is just your camera and you post the video, they don't even know when you recorded the video. Then imagine something where you're not seeing these people, they are seeing you physically, you are seeing them. What will you not do in that situation? So please try as much as possible to show up, show your face, and do all you can to make sure that you're able to conquer 2026 as much as you can. Okay? And for you, Samad, you said you have not planned your 2026 yet. I don't know what you're waiting for. Please try and plan as soon as possible. You know, 2026 is starting next week. It's not far again, no. It's starting next week. So if you want to start planning, you have to start planning now. So thank you very much, guys, for being with me. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I think I need to take a screenshot of this thing. I want to since Cynthia refused to show her face, no problem. We'll do you back. No problem. Your turn is coming. We will do you. Let me quickly take a screenshot of this. Print screen. Where is it? Come on. It's going to be brutal. Okay. Just so don't know, I'm using my normal keyboard. Let me just use this one instead. Okay. Sama, thank you. Wait to just hold on. Let me quickly take this thing again. Go. So, okay. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak, to reflect, and to reset. We've reflected on 2025, and I hope we've resetted it so that our 2026 can be very good. Yes, Saman, go ahead quickly.
Okay, so sorry this is coming up again. I've had this thought before. So okay. I would need your help on feedback, because apart from the whole collaboration stuff, I need someone that will help me with feedback. So I had something in mind before. So I was like, is it possible for me to maybe after 2 weeks, after every 2 weeks, I send my design to your DM. Then maybe during the weekends or anytime you can critique this design and maybe drop a voice note on this what you could have done better, this what you did better, this what you keep. So that way, improving with a set of feedback, not just working with blind spots. So
okay,
I would really appreciate that.
Okay, that's totally fine. That is fine by me. You are saying something, Richard? Okay. Okay, that's fine, Samad. That is fine. It's okay by me. It's okay by me. I'm fine with it.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
you're welcome. So any final words for any of us before we call it a day and tell ourselves bye and wish ourselves a Merry Christmas? So anybody wants to say something? Cynthia, Richard, anybody have anything extra they want to add or say? Or
thank you so much for taking your time to do this end of year review. I mean, I actually catch up a few and a lot of things from this little chat, and it's nice meeting you, Samad. Nice meeting you, Cynthia. Maybe we can just connect.
I wanted to suggest that.
Okay, yeah. So you can share your contact on the.
I just got my WhatsApp number. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Please, you can connect, share ideas, please collaborate. And also maybe we could do the review. Maybe the review that Samad was suggesting, maybe it doesn't have to just be only him. Cynthia, you can jump in. Richard, you can jump in. So maybe you can send in your designs, and over maybe a weekend or thereabout, we'll just fix a time. I'll review everybody's design and we can break it down. Maybe that will really help and go a long way. So don't
Yes, I will.
don't.
Yes, I will.
So
actually appreciate
Samad,
that, sir.
yeah, Samad, Richard, Cynthia, please don't fail to get yourself involved. I want us to not just win, but improve in 2026. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you guys on the other side of growth and prosperity. Take care and Merry Christmas in advance. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.